Wow, what a long day at AP Physics. I'm gonna unwind with some TV.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb.
So I'm with the Firebird Gazette. Many people call you the GOAT. How did those problems with your PSG group feel?
I mean, first of all, I wouldn't really say I'm the GOAT, PSGs really take a group effort, so we all have to work together, make sure we're all putting in the same amount of work and understanding the concepts really well.
Were there any obstacles for you guys?
Yeah, we had a few obstacles. Show got left behind a little too often. But we were able to work as a team and really pull through the problems.
My last question, isn't it annoying to have to deal with these slackers?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty annoying to have to deal with a show like this all the time, but it really helps him understand the concepts and gain a better understanding of what we're learning. And really as a group, when we're helping out show, it really helps our understanding too, helps us get a better idea of the concepts, and really educates everyone as a whole.
Alright, that'll be it.
Geico can save you 15% or more on car insurance? I mean, that's obvious, everyone knows that. Okay, well, did you know extra credit study groups can save you 3% or more on your overall physics grade? Do you know that? Huh?
Yeah, I know.
You know that? Do you also know that you should plan ahead for your extra credit study groups? Because people's schedules will interfere and you have to make time for those things? You know that? Huh?
Yeah, I do.
Did you know you should stay on task and go over new concepts that you don't fully understand yet with your study group? You know that? No. Okay.
Make sure to check in with Ms. Trione. Meeting for study groups on Tuesdays or Wednesdays of each week is highly recommended for 2 reasons. Every Wednesday, there's a test or quiz, so meeting on Tuesday or Wednesday means you have a group that can answer any last-minute questions or quiz each other on the concepts that will be covered on that test or quiz. Also, meeting on Tuesday or Wednesday means that if something happens to one of your group members who can't make it, you can make it up during office hours. Lastly, relying on office hours is risky because some people, can have difficulty remembering to wake up on time. This is a difficult class and you will need all the extra credit. Batteries not included, each sold separately.
I thought you were not.
When you don't write a study group question that goes in depth and relates multiple concepts, you don't understand the new concept. When you don't understand the new concept, you fail the quiz. When you fail the quiz, your grade drops. When your grade drops, you get angry. When you get angry, you blow off steam. When you go blow off steam, accidents happen. When accidents happen, you get an eye patch. When you get an eye patch, you can't see where you're going. When you can't see where you're going, you end up in a roadside ditch. Don't end up in a roadside ditch. Write a study group question that relates multiple concepts and furthers your understanding of the new idea.
Today, on National Geographic, we explore the concrete jungles of Fremont High School, home to one of the rarest species across campus, the AP Physics student. We've tagged 2 set animals and will track their progress. In the wild, survival is key, and homework habits can mean the difference between survival and death. Let's take a closer look at what specifically helps an AP Physics student thrive.
Wow, I'm so glad to have this resource. It lets me check my answers and provides a neat worked out solution. Aha! I should have marked this homework problem so I can study it the night before the test. That way I don't have to spend time looking for the hard problems because I'll mark the problems I come across using the 3-star method. Wow. No stars for the easy ones. 1 or 2 stars for silly mistakes or problems that were understood but had a little difficulty, and 3 stars for those real toughies. Yeah.
Thank you, Neil, for sending the homeworks again so I can copy.
Learn your 5-step problem technique today. Learn your 5-step problem technique today. Learn your 5-step problem technique today. Learn your technique today. Yeah!
If you're stuck, you can study a similar example problem from the textbook. It shows out a worked out solution and tips for how to approach the individual problems. If you're still stuck, you can utilize extra credit study groups or try to relate the problem with a previous problem you have solved, since most problems are actually really similar, but with just different context and numbers. Furthermore, make sure your steps are organized well and easy.
Here, you can fit these backpacks under the baby so that even if you drop him, he won't die.
Oh shoot! Oh Shazam this!
You should also do the same thing for lab equipment so that you don't have to pay for any damages.
You're right.
What is this? You have the right to remain silent. Now tell me, what were you thinking?
I'm sorry, officer. I'm sorry. Last lab, we were in a rush to collect good data, and then the bell rang, and I had to go to my next class. So I just shoved everything in. I'm sorry, officer. I'm sorry. I can't go back to jail.
I hit you with the fat fine the next time you do that, but I'm letting you off. Next time, make sure you leave time at the end of class to put your lab equipment away. If you do this, you lower the risk of damaging your lab equipment, alright?
Okay.
Alright. And make sure, if you have heavy objects, put them on the bottom so that the lighter objects don't break.
Thank you, officer.
Yeah, you understand that?
I understand.
Go put your stuff away now.
Alright, we'll be doing a lab today, so please turn the notebook to page 223.
Writing lab or activity reports with bad data is hard. Make sure you are focused and on task so that you can collect data that is correct and easy to write a report about. Don't mess around with lab equipment during the labs because you might break them. They are expensive. Working with objects that are rolling or falling, make sure that you have a backpack or any other objects that will break the fall of the lab equipment being used in case they fall.
He once had an awkward moment just to see how it feels. His beard alone has experienced more than a lesser man's entire body. The police often question him just because they find him interesting. In museums, he is allowed to touch the art. He has won the Lifetime Achievement Award twice.
His legend precedes him the way lightning precedes thunder. He is the most interesting man in AP Physics.
I don't always write A-level activity reports, but when I do, I always plan out a well-managed schedule to make sure I do not procrastinate. Even if I don't finish the lab or activity at the beginning of the week, starting the lab report allows me to start thinking about it. The longer I have to think about the questions on the report, the more I am able to make the A-level connections. Sometimes I also find that I did the lab activity incorrectly, or collected data that does not support a scientific truth. When I start on the report early enough, I catch these mistakes and will have time to make up the lab or activity. You always have 1 week from the last time you collect data to turn in your report. In addition, I also use multiple representations such as tables, graphs, drawings, and calculations, and connect these different representations to my answer.
This is Sho. Sho wants to use his time well during flex. Sho decides to talk to other students in Miss Trione's flex. Sho could be studying for an assessment by himself, or with other students. Sho could also be asking Miss Trione or other students questions for a better understanding of work or concepts. Sho is not acting like a successful AP Physics student. Sho will not do well in this class. Miss Trione will not like Sho. Miss Trione will kick Sho out of her flex. Sho is now kicked out of Miss Trione's flex. Don't be like Sho. Instead, use flex time to get help with difficult questions or review a test or quiz.
Hello, this is Shoshimaya from ABC News. So in the beginning of the second semester, Mary Trione suddenly changed the test and quiz format. And especially the test got way harder. About half of the people got F's or zeros. Investigators say that it is due to a large group of people cheating online. So let's ask Dr. Rick about what students have to do to prepare for those new tests and quizzes.
For quizzes, review your notes and answer the end of chapter question. Quizzes tend to be conceptual, so just doing problems might not be the best effective means of studying. For tests, you should be marking homework problems that you had trouble and review them before the test. If you need more practice, then choose 2 or 3 problems on the textbook to practice with. Since you already have studied for the quiz and know the concepts already, you should just practice applying your skills.
Here we have our Student Athlete of the Year, Shoshimaya, hitting dingers and acing tests. What kind of test-taking techniques do you use?
So first you have to know the grading scale so that you know where to aim, and sometimes you don't have to solve all the problems to get a good score. And also when you're solving the problems, you have to show a lot of math work so that when you get it wrong, you can ask Ms. Trione for partial credits later. And she'll give you partial credits and you can prove that it's a simple math mistake and not a concept mistake. And also at the end of the test, you have to check for sig figs and units, because for each sig figs or units that you get wrong, you get minus 0.5 points. And also, doing those things will also help you on AP test, because it works just as AP test. They also check sig figs, units, and math work. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joe.
Yeah.
Great game. Great game.
Thank you.
Great game. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Josh Yu. Please say you'll be the answer for an AP Physics student who is suffering right now. An AP Physics student who needs your help. Please, call the number on your screen. By just taking the time to explain concepts to them and treat them with love and respect, you can make a difference. Helping students like Sho through these problems will also further your understanding, because you'll be forced to understand it deeply enough to explain it in a way for these struggling students to understand. Call or pledge online in the next 30 minutes and we'll include a handy dandy calculator. This is your chance to say, I won't sit by while a student suffers.
No way, that sounds like really good advice.
Hey, who are you talking to?
It's Sho from AP Physics.
Sho from AP Physics? Who is this?
Oh no. It's Sho from AP Physics.
Well, Sho from AP Physics, what are you wearing?
Track pants?
So, Sho from AP Physics, what were you telling my boyfriend?
Oh, I was just telling him some class behaviors in AP Physics and giving him advice.
Sure you were.
He actually was.
Like what then?
Well, I was just telling him to not have side conversations or be off task, because it's AP college level class and he's gonna get behind if he's off task. And especially for problem solving group days, if we can't finish the work in class, all of them become homework and you have to finish it by the end of the chapter and by yourself at your home.
Well, that's actually some pretty good advice.
I know, right?
So what else can you tell me about AP Physics?
Okay, for the test and quiz days, come to class and get in taking test modes quickly, so Ms. Trione would give you extra minutes for the test if you were able to settle earlier.
Today AP Physics tests and quizzes are. Mike! Guess what day is it?
I forgot.
Guess what day is it?
I forgot, I don't know.
It's Hump Day! Yes, what else? Okay, I'll tell you. Miss Trione treats you like college students. This means that she's available for support, but will not maybe you like other teachers. She is willing to help, but will not give you reminders or tell you the answers. You need to figure it out or get help from your peers. You also have to be proactive. If you are going to be missing class, you have to talk to Miss Trione. She will not come and give you what you need or remind you that you have makeup work. Be responsible AP level students. Yo!